The following is a Sooner Vision presentation. This week on Inside Sooner Football with Bob Stoops. Highlights from the big win over Missouri. An interview with Jarrell Jackson of the Sooners. A Sooner Millennium moment. And a look at this week's game against Iowa State. All this and more. From the Sooner Vision Studios at Memorial Stadium at the University of Oklahoma, it's time for Inside Sooner Football with Bob Stoops.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Tegans, along with Bob Stoops, the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners. And, Coach, congratulations. Big win, 37-0 over Missouri. That was a great performance.
It was a good win, really a fairly solid game across the board, you know, offensively, defensively, and special teams. Probably outside of our field goal game. That was an area that had been great all year and sort of fell apart this past weekend, but overall it's a pretty solid performance.
Well, let's take a look at the highlights, some good ones to show you. So let's roll the videotape as Oklahoma, Missouri, another great crowd on hand. Good day for football, and your defense, second shutout of the year.
This is a big stop there on fourth down. This is probably the play of the game. They had possession down in our territory, went for it on just 4th and inches, and we were able to hold them out and give our offense the ball back, and that was after our offense had missed a 4th down conversion. So that was a big stop.
Well, I tell you, you continue to play so well, especially at home. You got to be really happy with that, protecting that home turf.
That's important. There's J.T. Thatcher making a good play, our kickoff cover unit. Our special teams have really been solid.
You know, your defensive effort has been good all year, but what made it so effective on Saturday? Well,
it's not. We've been staying with the same schemes and all. I think a lot of it's just the mental discipline and being prepared to play and being in the right spots, tackling well, and some guys like right there made plays when they had the opportunity to make plays, and it makes all the difference in the world. Hopefully we can continue it.
You did such a great job, nice defensive play here, but batting balls down, I mean, that's something you spend a lot of time on.
Well, it's a lot of times too, we have a blitz and it's getting up there in the quarterback's face and making them have to throw the ball through you. So here's some more good defense there. That's Corey Cowens had an outstanding game. Probably of all the players on defense, Corey really stepped up and had an excellent football game for us Saturday.
And Rocky, of course, plays well, it seems, every week, and I know you guys think he's even going to get better.
He will. You know, Rocky's still young, but he does every week. There's a big 4th down or 3rd down stop right there by Rocky, and he will continue to get better as he matures and gets stronger. But he has a great nose for the football.
There's Rodney Rideau, good play over there in the sideline.
Play by Rodney, who also had a good game. Had 12 or 13 tackles, I believe.
Rocky continues to give you those double-figure games in the tackle department. Here's a great gang effort.
It's a nice defense on an option play. And here we go with some offensive highlights. Josh had another strong day. This is early in the game. You get a quick hitch out to Antoine Savage, and he gets the ball upfield for about 15 yards.
We talked last week about this young man, Quentin Griffin. Talk about him, boy, great moves.
He's got great vision. You see right here, he finds the hole, finds the crease, and really is smooth, you know, getting the ball upfield. And had good blocking. Seth had a nice lead block for him, but Quentin does a nice job finding seams.
Boy, Josh does a great job standing right there in the pocket on that one.
That was 2nd and extra long, and we hit Brandon Daniels down the seam there for a big gainer to set up a touchdown.
Here we go again. Boy, he's just got a great release, doesn't he?
There's a nice pass to Chris Hammers.
Right.
Chris shakes off the tackler and gets it upfield for another big gain. That was a beautiful pass. He dropped it right over the linebacker and underneath the safety.
And here's Mr. Griffin again.
Nice little slide right there to avoid the tacklers. Really excellent vision right there, finding the seam.
Josh continues to play well. Well, what a great leader he is for you.
He really is. Strong leader, very poised. accurate, and had a nice game.
And, we haven't even mentioned the fact that Mr. Jackson, we'll see more of him in a few moments, but boy, what a great game he had for you.
Really did well with his returns, and there's a nice, really catches the ball well. There's a nice screen pass he got upfield for a good gainer. And
Brandon?
Yeah, throw Brandon a little under route, keeps the chains moving. Here's Josh, really has good feet, better feet than people realize, avoiding the rush, gets out of the pocket, and an excellent catch here on the boundary by Curtis Fagan.
That's a beautiful play.
Gets his feet in, and
I think we got another savage catch coming up right here.
Antoine, another catch, getting the ball upfield, getting the first down. Here's a great run, good blocking. Seth Littrell does a nice job bending it back. Strong blocking up front by our O-line to create a nice running seam for a touchdown. And then we have a slant here to Damian Mackey for another touchdown.
I'd say Seth has been really good for you because he does so many things on special teams, great hits he's had this year.
He's a great all-around football player. There's a great job again running for a touchdown. He got a game ball, by the way, after reevaluating his performance. He had a strong game, and not just running the football, catching it, tackling on special teams, does blocking, for Quentin. He does a lot of special things.
Well, it was a great effort. 37-0 was the final as the Sooners victorious. And we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about Jarrell Jackson, who had an outstanding game as the Big 12 Specialty Teams Player of the Week, when we come back on Inside Sooner Football with Bob Stoops.
Inside Sooner Football with Bob Stoops is brought to you by Phillips 66, Oklahoma Tank Lines, OG&E, Gatorade, Love's Country Stores, National American Insurance Company, IGA Super Thrift, and Coke. Are you the ultimate Sooner football fan? If you are, stop by any Fred Jones Auto Collection and register to win an OU football fan pack for an upcoming home game, courtesy of your friends at the Fred Jones Auto Collection.
Welcome back to Inside Sooner Football. We're talking with Bob Stoops, the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners. And you talk about a guy who is really making the most of his senior year. Jarrell Jackson's playing great football for you.
He really has come on here and through the Big 12 season and really stepping up, has made some good catches, making a lot of yards that way, as well as his return yardage, punt return. Really the last couple of weeks has had some big plays and given us good field position on offense with those returns. And I think Steve Newman and his crew had a camera on Jarrell here in the Missouri game.
Jarrell Jackson, senior from Houston, Texas. Jarrell has given Sooner fans many great moments in his career as a Sooner.
It's just been fun, making things happen. My senior year, just go out and play hard and just do what Coach Stoops tells me to do. Anything he asks me to do, I do.
And one thing Coach Stoops has asked Jarrell to do is return punts. And Jarrell has returned them extremely well. Against Missouri, 6 returns for 146 yards. But statistics don't tell the whole story. Sometimes just fielding the ball correctly is a big task. And other times, when he fields it and cuts it loose, it makes something happen.
I just look for a lane. Mostly this year, I look for Roy Williams, because he's the one directing traffic in the middle. So I just try to find Roy. If I find Roy, it's a crease, and hopefully I can take it back. But I got a good punt return unit this year. They've been blocking well, and keeping people out of my face. I just have to make like 1 or 2 people miss, and hopefully we have a big game. See 78,000 people going wild, 74. You just get a great feeling, and for me it was like a relief because I broke a lot of them, just to finally break one to score and to do something that I haven't did since I was like a freshman, it just felt so good.
Jarrell also says it feels good to be catching passes.
When I came here, they told me that we was going to throw the ball. Everybody said we was going to throw the ball. Then last year we went back to the wishbone. You know, I just been playing my role, just blocking and doing whatever the coaches asked me to do. And, you know, catching balls, that's fun, you know, making things happen.
So running back punts, catching passes, blocking, which does Jarrell enjoy doing most?
Just playing, having fun, you know. Punt returns, I try to make things happen. Receiving, I try to make things happen, you know. I just have fun.
And Jarrell has had fun his entire career at Oklahoma, and this native Texan is happy that he crossed the Red River to play college football.
Yeah, I'm glad I did. My mom, she wouldn't let me go nowhere else but Oklahoma, you know. All of the trips I went to, all of the people I said I was gonna go to, she would never, you know, she was like, nah, you just gonna go to Oklahoma. And when I came here and I committed, she was so happy.
Jarrell's mother is happy, and Jarrell's happy with some fine success in his senior season at Oklahoma.
Jarrell's played so well for you in special teams, but your entire special teams has really become a weapon for you now.
It's important, getting good field position for our offense and defense. You know, really our cover teams, our punt and kickoff cover teams have been solid. Our return units, kickoff return, punt return have all been doing well. So you knock wood, you need to keep doing it, and hopefully we will.
Okay, we're going to take a break and be back with a Sooner Millennium Moment as we take a look back at that OU Iowa State series when we come back.
Be sure and enter the Carl's Jr. Punt, Pass, and Kick Contest, and you could be kicking for $1,000 and more at halftime of the next Sooners home game. Stop by area Carl's Jr.'s for entry forms.
Welcome back. It's time for a Sooner Millennium Moment. The year was 1970. It was a turning point for the Sooners that season and a trip to Ames, Iowa. Here's Steve Newman.
Thanks, Bill. The year was 1970. Oklahoma was going to Iowa State with a record of 3-3. 3 games earlier, the Sooners had changed over to the wishbone offense. And against Iowa State, that wishbone would need everything it could muster to beat the Cyclones. Head Sooner coach Chuck Fairbanks and the Sooners were in for a fight of their lives on Halloween Day, 1970 in Ames, Iowa. It was more trick than treat the first 30 minutes of this game. Oklahoma found itself down 21-9 at halftime. But in the second half, Bob Berry describes one of the great comebacks in Oklahoma football history.
Willie Franklin now split in. The wishbone tee from the Oklahoma 25. Jack Mildren takes the ball, fakes to his fullback, back to pass, looks for Willie Franklin, wide open, has it at the Iowa State 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Oklahoma. A 75-yard pass play to Willie Franklin. 21-15, Harrison splits the short side of the field to the left. Wishbone tee, Mildren takes the cross right, gets to one, he's at the 5, he's in for a touchdown. 4 minutes and 47 seconds left, 21-21 tie. Dean Carlson is back to pass. Good protection. Throws up the middle. Completes the store for 45-50, 45, 40, 35, 30. He may go all the way. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Iowa State on a 70-yard pass by the Iowa State. 3 minutes, 3 seconds left on the clock. Iowa State leading by 7, 28-21. Fakes the cross line. Mildren giving to Franklin on the end around. Franklin throwing a long pass wide open is Albert Camber. Has it to 16 and steps out of bounds of the 16 or 15-yard sideline. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left. First and goal from the Iowa State 5. Mildren down the line of scrimmage. Pitches to Wiley. Sweeping the right side. Comes way outside. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown! Oklahoma! The third score as Wiley outran the ball. But Brad Hammerich has scored on a 5-yard scamper. So Oklahoma will go for 2 and try to win it. 28-27. Iowa State leads by a point. Mildren fakes. Now pitches to Pruitt. Sweeping the left side. He's into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. As the Sooners found the triple option, and Pruitt got the pitch back from Mildren, swept to the left side, and went in standing up. The Sooners take the lead for the first time today, 29-28, minute 37 left. Oklahoma leading 29-28. Carlson drops back to pass, good protection, looks upfield, throws, knocked off, throws cast, and Kelly intercepts for Oklahoma.
The Sooners gained momentum from that win at Ames, Iowa. They won 4 of their last 5 games. Their only loss to eventual national champion Nebraska at Nebraska by 1 touchdown. OU finished the season 7-4 and earned a bowl bid. Back to you, Bob and Bill.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Boy, that'd make an old man out of you. You have many games like that.
I guess this exciting game. Jack Mildren threw a nice ball there. He could have thrown the ball a bunch, and then I saw a reverse pass, so they used some tricks as well, huh?
You're getting ready to go to Iowa State. Let's talk a little bit about, a lot of it has been talked about Dan McCarney. He's a friend of yours, and this is kind of a first for you as the head coach anyway, going up against a good friend.
He is. Dan McCarney, I think, is an excellent coach, was one of the coaches at the University of Iowa when Hayden Fry had arrived there, and it's really started to change the complexion of Iowa football at that time, and as well as Dan was a defensive coordinator with Barry Alvarez at Wisconsin, where he helped them get to a Rose Bowl. So Dan knows the formula to win, and excellent football coach. But this is Oklahoma against Iowa State, and our program's got to go up there and compete with theirs, and hopefully our players will be ready to have a good game.
Let's take a look at some video we have of Iowa State, and you mentioned the big turnaround from them. On both sides of the football, they're playing very, very well. Of course, the young quarterback, Sage, has come through and really done a good job for them.
They're playing really well. Rosenfeld, I believe, their quarterback, and he's really throwing the ball well. Darren Davis is as good a back as there is in the country. They've got 4 wins, and all the games that they've lost, they've had an opportunity in the 4th quarter to win with tight games. So they're definitely a much improved football team. Play with discipline, play hard, and they're faster and more talented than any Iowa State team that I've seen. So Dan's done a great job.
And they're so enthusiastic up there right now. They got off to such a good start this year, and you mentioned had a great chance to beat Texas, had a great chance to beat Kansas State. So there's a lot of enthusiasm for Iowa State football.
Without question, they're they can see that they're trying to turn the corner and that they're getting close, and without a doubt they're a good football team all the way around. So we certainly have our hands full, and hopefully our players will be ready to play their best.
As you take a look at this thing, what becomes important again for you to win this game?
You got to be able to take care of the football. Turnovers are always extremely important. You've got to protect the ball. We've got to eliminate penalties. And defensively, we've got to be strong against the run game and take away big plays. And offensively, we've just got to be able to execute both the pass and the run, and keep from hurting ourselves.
With a guy like Davis, once they get the football, they can control it a lot. They like to have those long drives, so it'll be important to defensively, it'll be a real battle for you.
No question. Darren Davis does an excellent job of finding creases, making yards on his own. So we will have to tackle well and be really solid in our run defense, and then take away big plays on the pass.
When you go up to Iowa at this time of year, you never know what the weather conditions are going to be like, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day up there. Going on the road is important to get a win. We all know what's at stake for the Sooners, so it's important to go out on the road and get one. I
don't think there's any question. It's important for them, but it's also very important for us. Our seniors recognize that, and all our players on our team recognize. We're 5-3 right now. We've got this game is number 6 if we can get it, and so that puts us on the plus side of things. So there's no question it's a very important game to us as well.
Well, it should be a great football game. Again, Oklahoma coming up against Iowa State, and we're going to take a break and be back with some final thoughts right after this. Couple of reminders. The Sooners will kick it off at 1 o'clock in Ames, Iowa. Reminder also to check your local listings for Sooner Football 99, the playback show, because that's the only way you'll be able to see it. The Sooners have already been on television 6 times this year, but this one is not televised. And Coach, obviously, best of luck up there, and hope you can come away with a victory.
Thank you, Bill. It'll be a tough game, and certainly our players will have to be ready to play 4 quarters of football, and hopefully we'll have the mental toughness to go at it like you need to have a chance to win on the road, and we're looking forward to that challenge.
All right, for Coach Bob Stoops, I'm Bill Teagans. We'll see you next week, everybody, on Inside Sooner Football.
Inside Sooner Football with Bob Stoops has been brought to you by Phillips 66. Oklahoma Tank Lines, OG&E, Gatorade, Love's Country Stores, National American Insurance Company, IGA Super Thrift, and Coke. Furnishings for Inside Sooner Football provided by Mr. Robert Fine Furniture in Norman. Proceeding has been a Sooner Vision presentation in cooperation with Sooner Sports Properties.